Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am back with episode 3 of the Cheaters Sampler Quilt. If you haven't watched the other episodes, there'll be a playlist link down below. You can go get caught up, watch episode 1 and 2, and there's also a link so that you can print out this quilt layout and sizes. It'll link you to a post on my blog, and you will get all that info. Please go watch the other episodes and this will all make sense to you. When I left off, we had completed this portion right here. And now I'm going to be working on this column. So it's A, B, C, J, and P. These are the fabrics that I picked. Let me see. Well, let me slide everything down so you can see. Again, I'm not really like looking at colors as much as just what's going to fit the sizes I need because I'm fussy cutting. I really enjoy that. It's just fun. It's like making a puzzle. It is a little bit time consuming. Like I said, you don't have to be using fabrics like I'm using. You're free to just use whatever. Episode 1 explains that to you too. So I have this for A, B, and C. J is this, and P is this, down at the bottom. So let me just start connecting, and I am keeping track of how many strips I'm cutting, so I can give you an idea of how much you're going to need, because I was just kind of guessing. I don't know if maybe a yard will be enough. I think a yard and a half. So far I've only cut 6 strips and I'm still working on those, and they're 2.5 inch strips. So what I'm going to do, and yes, you can probably hear the Golden Girls. They're on my mother's TV. What I'm going to do is put sashing between these two, and what I do is I just go to the machine and, I'll just, sew a piece, well, like this way, here and here. I don't want that folded part. And I'll just connect everything, and then I trim after the fact. So I will flip this one here, and then I'll just sew here, and then I'll come back and I'll add this guy. At this point, I just trim this by eyeballing it. You can do it this way like I just did, or you can also fold it back and then follow the line of your block this way. Either way works. Okay, I'm going to add this piece. And I'm done this piece. And I forgot to show you what I wanted to show you. When we are, just laying out our pieces, this would have looked much wider than this. Always remember that when you add your sashing, you are going to lose the seam allowances. We lose 1/4 of an inch on each piece when there's a seam. So for every seam, we're losing a total of 1/2 an inch. So when I look at sashing, every time we add a piece of sashing, we lose a total of 1 inch. 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. And then it makes it fit. That came out pretty good. Not always that good. See, this is a little bit wider. But when I was fussy cutting, I was being a little bit generous because I know I can just trim after the fact. Okay, I'm going to add sashing here, here, and here. And then, oops, here. And I'll be right back. This was incredibly quick and easy. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I think we're going to do the next section right now. Well, I thought I had cut all the pieces for this whole section here, but I didn't do. Oh, so let's put together this part right here. K, L, M, N, and Q. And I already have those cut. Let me lay them out. I'm very glad I have this to follow because I could not for the life of me figure out where these pieces went. I had this guy like down here and I was like, this is not wide enough. So I just checked my handy dandy graph, and this is what we've got going on. So let me show you what I meant to show you before. Let me just move this all up so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so let me get some sashing. Do I have any small pieces right now? I don't. But see, if we were to, lay this down and say, that goes there, but look, this is going to be way short now. This is wider. That's where I say, you know, you have to remember this is going to shrink. So it all works. The way I did this, you know, if, like I said, if you're doing your 1/4 inch seam allowances somewhat okay, it should all work. Even if it's not perfect, it's all trimmable and you can put everything together at the end. So let me start by, you always start, you know, by putting your smaller pieces together so that, you know, like I'm going to put these together so that I'll have a strip to put to this. And then I'll put the sashing there and put that to that. And then it can all go on this. See, all of this is going to fit there to that piece. I have this done, and I did try to do like mixing up horizontal and vertical, like this is horizontal, this is vertical, horizontal, vertical. I'm just having so much fun with this. I just can't wait to see it done. Now I'm going to connect these two with sashing. Now we have this, and I'm going to attach to this. And I also wanted to mention that since I'm using white sashing, this is actually bleached muslin, I am pressing away from the white. Obviously, it's going to be on some of the white, the little like cross pieces of sashing, but there's nothing I can do about that. The long pieces, I'd rather have them not have the, you know, the seam flipped this way. Not that it really matters, but you know, it shows through a little bit. So it is always easier to press into the sashing because you have seams here, and that's a little just, you know, a little bit harder to like make them go over. But that's what I'm doing. I'm pressing all my seams away from the big parts of the sashing. If there's a little piece, well, it's got to go on that side. All right, I'm going to add sashing right here. As for the sashing, if you use a dark sashing, go ahead and press in on the sashing. One more, and we're going to be done this piece also. Let me see. I do not have enough of that one, so I'm going to start with a new strip. And it's done. I just can't believe how fast this is coming together. So we have this. Let's see. I have to look at my graph. This is going to be here, coming down to this, and then we have, let me see, I have it right here. Obviously, you're not going to be able to see it really good, but we have this that's going to be here, and we'll have sashing there. I think it's going to be just so incredibly fun and colorful. I love it. Next time, let's see, let's look at this. I will have this probably already put on, and I'll show you what I chose for there. And then, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe we can have all of this done. What do you think? I think we possibly could. So, maybe 1 or 2 more episodes, and that should take care of it. And then we get to start another one. I can't wait. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please go check out the links in the description box, and I'll be back in another week with the next episode. Bye!